வணக்கம். நான் டாக்டர் கமலா செல்வராஜ் பேசுகிறேன். 37 வருஷமாக ஜிஜி மருத்துவமனை நடத்திட்டுருக்கேன். இப்பொழுது என்னோட முதல் சோதனை குழாய் குழந்தைக்கு 29 வருஷம், அவளுக்கும் 2 குழந்தை பிறந்துருச்சு. நாங்கள் பல விதமான சோதனை குழாய்கள் ரிசர்ச் பண்ணி இந்தியாவிலும் சவுத் ஈஸ்ட் ஏஷியாவிலும் முதன்மையாக பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம். இப்பொழுது புதிய பிரேக் த்ரூ, ஒரு கேன்சரால் பாதிக்கப்பட்ட ஒரு பெண்ணுக்கு ஒரு கருவத்தை எடுத்துட்டாங்க. அந்த இன்னொரு கருவத்தை இரத்த குழாயோட தோலுக்கடியில் பொருத்தி அதை ஊக்குவித்து அது வழியாக அவள் ஒரு பெண் குழந்தை பெற்றிருக்கிறாள் வாடகை தாய் மூலமாக. இது இந்தியாவில் முதல் முறையாக செஞ்சுருக்கோம். இதனால் என்ன தெரிகிறதுனா, கேன்சர் வந்தால் கூட ஒரு பெண்ணுக்கு கர்ப்பப்பை இழக்க நேரிட்டால் கூட ஒரு கருவும் இருந்தால் கூட அவள் சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லாக வெற்றிகரமாக தன் குழந்தையை பெற்றுக்க முடியும். இதை செஞ்சது என்னோட மகள் டாக்டர் பிரியா செல்வராஜ். எனக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப பெருமையாகவும் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்கிறது. ஏன்னா எனக்கு அப்புறமும் இந்த கடினமான தொழில் என் பின்னும் வாழையடி வாழையாக கண்டினியூ பண்ணுங்கிற நம்பிக்கை எனக்கு வந்திருக்கிறது. ஸோ ஐ வெரி வெரி ஹாப்பி. ஸோ நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
GG Hospital has seen very many achievements in the past 37 years of its inception, and more recently, since the year 2008 and 2009, we have had India's first pregnancies from frozen thawed female oocytes, and it was followed in 2014 by birth of South India's first twins, which was achieved after taking a pre-implantation biopsy of embryos and blastocysts. And now we have forayed into the field of oncology by exhibiting our first case of a woman who had her uterus removed along with her fallopian tubes as well as her left ovary. And the only way she could have a child is through surrogacy. But there is another twist to this. She was a case who at 28 years had lost her uterus to endometrioid adenocarcinoma of a very mild grade, for which the oncosurgeon had decided that she must remove the uterus and her left adnexae completely. What was remaining was her right ovary. So the unique part of this procedure is that the right ovary was, along with its vascular pedicle or blood supply as we call it, instead of being lodged within the abdomen, it was brought up through the abdominal wall and placed right beneath the skin. This is a unique surgical procedure, and pregnancies have not been reported so far where eggs have been removed from an ovary in such an ectopic location. Ovaries in cancer patients can be located within the abdomen and above the pelvic brim in case they are to undergo radiation for the cancer. In such a situation, for this particular patient, the ovary was brought out into the anterior abdomen wall just below the skin. So far, on our literature search, we have not found reports where eggs have been retrieved through the skin and a successful pregnancy been achieved. So here we are presenting to you our very first achievement in this field of oncology. The surgeon who operated on the patient was Dr. Chitra Tara from Lakeshore Hospital in Kerala, and her reasons for doing this kind of a surgery on this particular patient was, if we brought the ovary out onto the anterior abdomen wall, there was easy accessibility, and also it was easier to follow up in case she was to develop any other changes in the remaining ovary. The only way that patients undergoing a radical hysterectomy for uterine cancer or cervical cancer is by surrogacy. So surrogacy plays an integral role in cancer patients when they want to achieve their own child, biological child. Along with it, of course, IVF specialists have to strive hard to devise methods how to retrieve these eggs and fertilize it with the husband's sperm, form embryos, and then transplant it into the surrogate. If you look at the video that I'm about to play, you will understand the slight technical difficulties we would face, or the kind of thought process that we need to employ to retrieve these eggs successfully and help them get fertilized. So in my video, we are showing you the operating room where we have prepared to retrieve eggs from this patient who has been hyperstimulated with injections, as we would do for a conventional IVF program. What you see is the enlarged right side of the abdominal wall where the ovary is lodged, and it is hyperstimulated, and hence you can see it as a swelling. We have to now devise a way how to retrieve the eggs. So I realized that I will use the same needle that I use for a transvaginal approach, which is normally done in a regular test tube baby or IVF program, as we call it. So I have used my ultrasound probe on the right hand, and the left hand holds the needle for retrieving the oocytes. You can see that the needle is entering the follicles in a very methodical manner, and we use the culture medium to flush the follicles in order to enhance the retrieval rates. This procedure was attempted 3 times before we finally got embryos out of this sort of retrieval, and we implanted it into the surrogate in 2018. So what is unique, you may ask, about both these procedures, and what is different? In literature survey all over the world, people have mostly transplanted the ovaries or moved the ovaries from their normal pelvic position to a position above the pelvic brim and attempted retrieval of eggs through a laparoscopic approach, which is the norm. Here, the surgeon opted to bring it out to the anterior abdomen wall for the reasons which I already said before. So as an IVF specialist, when we researched and saw, has anyone else done this method all over the world, where, or is there any technical difficulties that we will face when approaching a method like this or a location like this? I did not find any, and hence we had to do this at least 2 times, where our egg retrieval or she was not producing good quality eggs, and then it was only in the 3rd attempt that we found the technical ease of achieving it and doing it. So it brings forth certain things. One is, it highlights the importance that we need to give for surrogacy to help these patients have their own child. Second is, you need to have a certain technical expertise and understanding on how to approach these ovaries, especially when it is in an ectopic location such as the one that I have shown. It is the first in India. So commonly egg retrieval for these cases are done laparoscopically, and so this case is unique because it's one of a kind and the first of its kind where egg retrieval was done through the skin in an ovary which is placed in the anterior abdomen wall. Both the surgical technique and the way of egg retrieval is a very novel method, and it probably gives us a better understanding on how to do these procedures, and probably will help women who have had to have a hysterectomy with ovarian sparing surgery, another new technique and an approach to achieve pregnancies through IVF. The next video clip that I'm about to show you is one of ovarian transposition surgery. It can be done during laparotomy when we are removing the uterus, or it can be done laparoscopically. So what we are showing you is the laparoscopic ovarian transposition method. So as you can see, the uterus, 2 ovaries and 2 fallopian tubes are seen in position. We are going to demonstrate on the right side. So the first thing that we do is remove or separate the fallopian tube from the ovarian attachment and broad ligament attachment, followed by transection of the ovarian ligament. Here we will try to maintain the blood supply to that particular ovary and try to relieve it of its attachment so that we get enough length to extend it beyond the pelvic brim. Usually it should be at least 3 to 4 centimeters beyond the pelvic brim, just so that the ovaries don't re-migrate to the pelvic area. We also create a tunnel in the lateral pelvic wall and we transfix the ovary through this and keep it fixed to the pelvic wall using sutures or clips. Now the patient has successfully delivered a healthy baby.